to go.
We're ready to go. It's Tuesday. It's 2 o'clock, which can only mean one thing. It's
Cruise Day Tuesday.
So thank you very much for joining us all today. My name's Mark. I'm head of cruise here at JTA. My colleague Emma, who joined us last week, he's actually away for half term this week, enjoying the nice, warm, sunny weather. So I'm very lucky that I've got my colleague Harry, who's one of our sales managers down in the South region. So welcome, Harry.
Thank you
for joining us. Maybe we'd like to start with just telling a bit about yourself and what you do for JTA.
Yeah, sure. So some of you watching I will have no doubt met, but I'm one of the regional sales managers for JTA. So I go out on the road visiting our lovely agent partners like yourselves, heading into stores to do trainings, give you all the updates on everything JTA, and sometimes I'm even lucky enough to get a coffee from you guys as well, which is always very appreciated.
Iced coffee at this time of the year?
Oh, that would be a premium. If anyone's got iced coffees, you'll be my new favourite agent to visit.
Perfect.
So, Mark, I should pass to you to ask what we are going to expect from this session of Cruise Day Tuesday.
So we thought we'd just take the opportunity for this week to talk about all things JTA and why you would book a cruise through JTA. Have a bit of a summary from last week's session. And I thought, while I've got you here today, Harry, I know you get asked an awful lot of questions about cruise and why would you book through JTA. So we thought we'd do a Q&A session. Wish me luck for this one later.
Oh, well, that'll be good. That'll make a change from you guys asking me why to book. I can finally pass the question to Mark, our head of cruise.
Perfect. And just while we're on questions, please do pop your questions in the chat box and we'll do our very best to answer them as we're going. If we don't, we'll try and get back to you at the end.
Amazing. So, Mark, why should our agents be choosing JTA to book all their cruises with?
So, why book JTA? That's a great question to start with. So, I think there's a number of reasons to book with JTA and cruises. First of all, is we have great relationships with a huge amount of cruise line partners. Quite regularly, we get special net rates, or we'll get focus voyages to feature on from there. We then have the opportunity where we can do regional departures for you. So, everything that we do on our marketing. We can do departures from London, Birmingham, Manchester, Dublin, Edinburgh. I don't think I've missed anybody on that list from there, have I? And we have a wide range of bed banks that we can get hotels from. So we can dynamically package some brilliant net rate cruises for you, or special offers we've got from our cruise line partners. Obviously, I get lots of feedback from our cruise reservations team and agents saying that we're often very good value for price, and we do beat our friendly competitors as well when it comes to pricing.
Yeah.
That matched with, so I'll get it talking about that matched with our amazing reservations team. We've got a number of them here at HQ in Birmingham, where we are today, and we've got a number of home workers as well. They go on their cruises for holidays, they take fan trips. One of our reservations team has been lucky enough that he's been on about 150 different cruise lines, so 150 different voyages. So amazing opportunity. So we're very knowledgeable and friendly as well.
Brilliant. I mean, the only thing I was just going to echo what you were saying. I often get agents contact me to say, we were 2, 3, 4. I mean, I've even had £600 cheaper than trying it with other companies. So definitely worth checking JTA for a price.
Fantastic.
And last week there was one question I believe that we didn't get round to answering. Is that correct?
That's correct. And thank you for the point there, Harry. So there's one question that we got from one of you guys was, do you, when you book a P&A cruise through JTA, do you get your Shine Rewards points? And the answer to that, how are you going to take that one?
You don't collect your Shine points, but you will always earn when booking with JTA. The only exception for P&O on there is you will not earn anything if it is an ex-UK. So, for example, a Southampton departure with P&O. Otherwise, just log it on your My Booking Rewards like you usually would, and you can claim that.
Brilliant. So sorry we didn't get a chance to ask you live last week, but there you go now.
Yeah. And again, for anyone else who didn't tune in last week, or maybe just needs a recap, Mark, do you mind reminding us of all the wonderful cruise lines that we can actually book at JTA?
So we've got a huge amount of different cruise lines that we can book with. This is kind of why book with JTA. Is that we, as I often sort of refer to them as because I've been in the cruise industry for quite a while, I try to put them into buckets. So we've got your mainstream cruise lines. So you've got your NCLs, you've got your Princesses, we've got your ultra luxury. So we've got anything from Silversea, Seabourn, Regent. We've got your premium. So maybe in that bucket I'd put your Azamara and your Oceania. Don't forget we do a lot of river. Not a lot of agents think about coming to JTA to book a river cruise with us. We work with Amma Waterways, we work with Viva Voyages, Viva River Cruises I should say, beg your pardon, Riverside, Avalons. We've got a good range of riverside ones, and then you've got the expedition bucket. So you've got your AE expeditions, you've got your Hurtigrutens, you've got those cruise lines from there. So we've got a brilliant wide range of cruise lines that we can work with. And I think when we were just preparing for this earlier on, Harry, there's two, I think you summed it up perfectly. Who do we not work with?
Yeah, so honestly, when I visit my agents, I do say it's easier to say who we can't book. So we can't book Saga Cruises, and we can't book Morella, aka TUI, and then on the river we can't book Viking. But other than that, pretty much anyone you've heard of, we can book. And if we don't, let us know and we can try and work on that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, on there. So, Mark, talking of the cruise lines we book, what are our top 3 offers this week?
So, we just handpicked some offers this week. I think one of the questions that we've had in advance is all about trends. I'm going to come into that in a minute. So, based on the booking trends that we're seeing at the moment, we picked out the first one, which is, we're going to pop these in the chat box afterwards so you can download them and put them in the shop windows for yourselves. But first one, very quickly, is one with Holland America Line. We're seeing, especially in the last 10 days to 2 weeks, we've seen a huge spike in inquiries for Japan. So we've got this beautiful Holland America Line itinerary, which is a Tokyo round trip in 25th of February next year. It takes in all of the key sites around Japan from there. This one was rather inspired by a trip that I did on Queen Mary 2, and we're lucky enough that we've got Richard from Cunard coming in a couple of weeks' time. This little flyer here is a New Year's Eve departure, so we'll fly you out to New York. You'll have 3 nights in New York over New Year's Eve, and then you have the opportunity to sail from New York back to Southampton and Queen Mary 2 across the transatlantic.
Amazing, which I've actually done myself, so I can definitely recommend that one.
Yeah. And then just coming back as well to trends, which we're going to come onto shortly, is we just picked out a nice little one from Celebrity. It's quite a close-in departure, departing on 20th of August. It takes from the Italian Riviera and Adriatic beautiful coastline from there. Starts from Venice, comes all the way around to Rome, and has an amazing start point of £1,119 per person. I forgot to mention the prices on the other ones, so I'm just going to come back. The Japan one starts at £2,129 per person, and that iconic crossing the transatlantic with Cunard starts at £1,619.
Amazing. And these are including flights as well.
Absolutely. Flights, accommodation, and then the length of the cruise as well from there.
Brilliant.
So, brilliant value for money.
I think that just goes to show there's still some very good prices to be had out there. So do check out the website. Like I said, we'll put these in the chat afterwards as well, so you can see them. And not only that, but any booking that you do make with us, don't forget you do earn. So I'm just going to give you a quick reminder of our cruise lines of the month. So if it's not cruise line of the month, you're still going to earn. You always earn 20 points per cruise booking with JTA, which equates to £20. If it's our cruise line of the month, which this month is Princess, you will earn 60 points, so £60. Niche cruise line of the month is Disney, earning you 75, and then we've got our luxury cruise line of the month, which is Regent, earning you 100 points. And just keep your eye on socials and on the website, because these cruise partners do change each month.
Brilliant. Thank you so much indeed for that one, Harry.
Amazing. So, what marketing should we be looking out for this week?
So marketing for this week is today. You'll have seen that Royal offer would have dropped into your inboxes about 10:30 today. There's 6 different voyages that we've selected from Royal, some close to home, some slightly further afield, and then obviously with the launch of their Legends of the Seas in a couple of weeks' time, there's the Legend of the Seas offer in there as well from there. Tomorrow morning you'll look out for your top 10 offers, which is your top 10 best offers of the week, some of which we've just spoken about there, which will feature. And then on Saturday this week we'll have Azamala, and there's 6 offers from Azamala from there. Brilliant. That are included from there.
Amazing.
I'll grab a glass of water. And then there's also a question we got asked: where do you find your previous marketing offers?
Yeah, so previous marketing offers, so you can look through Facebook and try and find them that way, but honestly I think the best way is if you're on our JTA website, on the main homepage, you'll see a tab that says Our Offers. If you click on that, you'll see Marketed Offers, and then just scroll down a little bit on the page, and the far left you'll see Cruise. If you click that, you can see, along with the dates of which they've been posted as well, you can see all the offers, and then of course you can download them from there. print them off, put them in your windows, get them on your Instagrams, your Facebooks, get promoting some of them awesome prices on there. And what's really useful about these as well is that they do have different departure points listed on them. So you'll see the price from London, the price from Birmingham, the price from Manchester. So if your customers or new customers you haven't got yet see these, they'll be able to easily see a package price on there.
Very good indeed. Thank you very much. So here we go, the Q&A session.
The Q&A. So what I thought, Mark, is these are often questions that I get from my agents,
Okay.
which I've already answered, but I thought I'd give you the chance to answer these. So question number one, what trends are we seeing at the moment?
Okay, so trends we're seeing at the moment. So it's been really quite interesting to see since the start of the Middle East crisis,
Yeah.
how the booking trends have very moved a lot closer to home and a lot closer to sailing date. So if we're taking just a snapshot of the trends over the last 6 weeks or so, we're seeing a lot more departures out of the UK. So for Southampton or Tilbury, so
Yeah.
we work with cruise lines like P&O, we work with Fred Olsen, we work with Ambassador for your ex-UK departures from there. We've then seen departures quite close from Barcelona, Rome, sort of that Western Mediterranean.
Yeah.
But as we're seeing increasingly at the moment is that Athens has become quite popular over the last couple of weeks. Now that could be arguments so that the EES, the entry-exit system,
Yeah.
that may well have helped them for getting in and out of Greece. But also, the Athens, and then slightly further afield, it's been really interesting to see that there's still an appetite, guys, for cruise lines, for your guests to be sailing further in advance and further away. As we said, Japan, from that offer we highlighted earlier on, has proved to be really, really popular as well from there.
Brilliant. And I think we're getting questions in from the audience already.
There we go.
So shall we take one of these now, and then I'll
Yeah.
come back to my questions that I've already got?
So we've got one here is, when will Caribbean Cruises for 2028 come out, please?
Oh, well, I think we were going to kind of touch on
We're
that.
going to
weren't we?
touch on that one anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when it comes to, we will find that you'll find that a lot of cruise lines now are on sale all the way up to 2028 and even 2029
Yeah.
in some particular instances. So I think one of the questions you get asked quite a lot is about the out of date range. So
That's
maybe
right.
just
We'll
take-
jump to that one now.
We'll jump
Let's
to
go
that. We'll
for
take
it.
that one question now. So you often find with JTA we can only book 11 to 12 months in advance when it comes to flights. But please, guys, book your cruise with us now, 2028, 2029, and then we can then hold that cabin, make sure your client's got exactly what they're looking for on board the cruise line that they want to sail on, and then we can then add the accommodation and the flights when they come into date range from there, from that perspective. But when it comes to that particular question for Caribbean 2028, if it's a Royal Caribbean ship your guests might be looking for, they're on sale already. If it's some of the luxury end of the market, Caribbean 2028 is very much available, and now's the time to be booking it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that does come up a lot.
Yeah.
But I say just lock your cabin in while it's at the best price. You can get our team to diarise to call you when the flights come out, or you can diarise it yourself and call. And often I do find that actually is the cheapest way as well.
Mhm.
Rather than paying for the privilege of taking that gamble, you can lock them in at the best price when they do come out.
And also just on that, lots of cruise lines have very good incentives to book early as well.
Yeah, exactly that. So next question I get from my agents, how do we get the hands on the brochures?
I think, Harry, you can take that one.
Yeah, I will ask that. Now, I have quite a lot of them in my car, so if I'm coming to visit you, I'll happily drop you some in. The other sales managers as well do have a good supply on them, so feel free to reach out to them and they can drop some. If you don't have a storefront, or maybe you've just seen one of us and we're not due to visit you again for a while, you can head onto the main website and you'll see this under the cruise tab. You'll see a drop down, it will say our cruise brochure. If you click that, you can download the e-version if you just want that, or if you carry on scrolling down, you can also put in your details and we will send them out to you in the post.
Very
So,
good
and
indeed.
they're great, the cruise brochures. I've had really good feedback on them so far.
Put it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
Here they are here now.
Yeah, and do you know what? These are great to have in your shop. If you get a customer who comes in, maybe they've never cruised before, or maybe they just want to know a little bit about each cruise line, rather than giving them maybe 10, 15 different brochures from each cruise line, give them one of these here, let them have a read through, get a little bit of inspiration, and then they can come back and collect a full brochure from said cruise line.
Very good. Thank you so much for taking that question.
Cool, and I do have some more. So I think
is this the quick fire round?
This is the quick fire. No, we'll give you a bit of time. So I think we've answered this one about whether we're seeing demand for fly cruising or no fly cruising at the moment. We've kind of touched on that. So the next one, again, what's the biggest selling point of booking cruise through JTA rather than direct? I feel like we have touched on that as well. Next one, are there any destinations or itineraries that are particularly trending for 2026? We've touched a little bit on that,
but just to really recap, is that our top destinations at the moment, it's changed a lot since the beginning of the year, and we are finding it's a lot closer to home. And there is lots of availability still for this summer for your guests to be booking, and there's lots of really good prices as well.
Amazing. Next one I've got here, which cruise lines are best for first-time cruisers?
Ooh,
well, this is not an easy question.
We could be here for a while on this one, but anyway, so where should we start? Do you want to start with?
Yeah, I would say there's no real right or wrong answer to this. Honestly, I think it's one of them where you need to get to know your customers. You know, each different cruise line is going to suit a different customer. You know, for example, if you've got a customer who's coming in who maybe is one of your more well-off customers, they like the finer things in life, you know, maybe the food's important to them, then I would say something like Oceania.
Absolutely.
One of the classics, like Cunard, you're always going to get a great experience on Cunard, but then that's not maybe going to suit your younger couple who are wanting to be out till 3 in the morning. And
so if you've got a younger couple that are just looking for maybe Virgin Voyages, which is adult only, would be a good shout. And then also maybe that's sort of trending slightly younger. If you've got couples that are just looking for city breaks, river cruising is the perfect way to do a city break or a number of cities in this 5 to 7 night voyage down one of the beautiful European rivers.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done one myself with Quasi Europe before on the river, and we got to take in Vienna, Bratislava, Budapest, all within 4 days, which was a great way to do it.
What a fantastic short break experience from there.
Absolutely. So I think that's the main... Oh no, I've got one more on here actually that I get asked. Do you have any upcoming ship visits or cruise events that agents can attend?
We certainly do. So we're always working with our cruise line partners to get you guys to experience the ships, because knowledge breeds confidence when you're selling something. So the one that we've got coming up at the moment is with Virgin Voyages. It's the last couple of weeks in August where they've got their ships in Liverpool and down in Portsmouth. So, Harry, just remind me, how do they register their interest?
So there's a couple of ways. The main way, if you go onto our JTA website again, under the events tab, if you just click that, you'll see a full list of all the events that we have, including ship visits. Just have a look down, check that you can make the date before registering, and then if you do want to join us for one of them, just fill in your details, and one of us will get in touch to confirm your spot.
Brilliant. And if you can't, if we don't have to confirm that one, there'll be plenty of other opportunities to be go forward as well. So.
Absolutely.
So wow, I think, Harry, we're nearly on the 20 minutes already. We always said we'd try and keep Cruise Day Tuesday to 20 minutes.
There you go.
So we've got a couple of minutes just to wrap up.
Brilliant. We didn't have any more questions come in from anyone just yet, but if we do miss them, we'll address them next week.
Perfect. So, what's coming next week? I think it's down to me just to close.
I think it is.
So remember, Cruise Day Tuesday at 2 o'clock every Tuesday. So next week we start by introducing our first cruise line partner. So we've got the lovely Tracy, who's coming in from Royal Caribbean. We'll be talking about all things JTA, highlighting some offers, but it'll be really a chance for you to learn a lot more about Royal. I have no doubt that Tracy will be talking about the legends of the seas with their launch imminently in just a couple of weeks' time, and really learn a lot more in depth about the amazing Royal brand from there. Probably shouldn't say this now, but I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, is that Royal will also be our cruise line of the month for the month of June, so it's the perfect opportunity to introduce them. And then for weeks, the week after that, we have got the team from Virgin Voyages coming in. We've then got Richard from Cunard, and then we have then got Cal from Oceania to wrap up the month of June. And there's a final quick question which we're just going to try and get in here now. Do you have to have booked with JTA to apply for ship visits?
Yeah, it's a good question. So you don't have to have, but naturally we like to get our agents that support us onto the ship visit as first priority. So if you're interested in visiting, absolutely fill out the job form on our website, and we'll try our best to get you on there.
Brilliant. Harry, thank you so much for taking the time
Thanks
to
for
come and
having
join
us.
me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And that's for us. That's Cruise Day Tuesday. Join us again next week,
Amazing.
2 p.m.
Thank you
Bye
very
for now.
much.
Cheers.
See you later.